You're saying he sent the invitation in the first place?
Yes. And look, I think Kratos may have survived that time.
So it's Tyr's game you're playing? This is all his idea?
A game is not his purpose. There is something here I must see through.
And what is that exactly?
Process.
All right. If it's helping, I trust you both.
We all do. As we trust in Valhalla.
Even after what it did to you.
I knew the rules and chose to break them. I regret nothing.
Valhalla's compliments, General.
Shield Maiden.
A blessing. Your ability to adapt is becoming your greatest weapon. Would you care to hear more of my story?
Go on.
If you remember, I had shunned my father's herbal medicine after it failed to save him. I left my village and moved to the city. I scraped and scrounged, managed to survive, and became an apprentice to a renowned mage healer. I soaked up everything I could from her, and I was a natural, it turns out. Shedding my father's legacy came easy. In fact, I'd acquired quite the distaste for it. I cut herbal medicine out of my life completely. It was this rigidness that would prove the biggest mistake of my life. But I'll stop there for now.
And the wheel of progress turns.
Well done, sir.
Gunnar.
Take this. Patience, persistence. The path is no secret, but so few dare to walk it. Ready for a little more of my life story?
Go on.
I was in the fight of my life with the thugs who burned down my father's inn. Suddenly there's this sound, this flapping of feathers, and who should appear but Sigrun herself. Not yet queen, but by reputation, the best fighter the Valkyries had in memory. I was awestruck. She was confused. The violence, the mayhem she sensed, she expected to follow to a battlefield full of honored dead, not a hideout in the slums. I apologized to her for not sending worthier souls to Valhalla, and Sigrun offered to take me under her very impressive wing. But we'll cover that part next time, all right?
If Valhalla is offering some help, I'd take it. How can you resist investing in yourself? Since we keep going back in, I take it this process is working for you somehow.
Yes. Succeed or fail, I feel progress. Clarity. I need to see it through.
Very good, brother.
An infamous act. One they still spoke of in the years of rebuilding. I somehow doubted they meant it so literally.
I'll give you this, brother. Your technique has improved immeasurably.
I needed his power to secure my vengeance against the gods. I believed I had no choice.
No choice? You could have not ripped my head off my body. That was absolutely an option.
And he's back.
But that wasn't the worst of it, was it, Kratos? Killing me deprived Greece of the sun. They were plunged into perpetual cold and darkness. Crops ceased to grow. Famine descended on our homeland. Not that you cared.
Enough.
He is bitter, isn't he?
Kratos, I'm curious. Your decision to behead Helios, was it fueled by any personal motivations? Was it really just a means to an end?
It was not personal. I did know him long before I killed him. He was as insufferable as any god. But his death brought me no satisfaction.
Did you know what would happen as a result?
When Helios was captured by the god of dreams, the lands fell into darkness and were not restored until his return. I knew exactly what would happen.
Kratos, I hope you'll forgive me for overhearing. But before you first found your way to me, you were grappling with the symbolism of your former seat of power. May I offer a perspective?
You may.
Before I became God of War, I felt as hesitant as you do. I feared that taking the throne would only validate Odin's power hierarchy, which even then I didn't trust. But I decided I could wield a better influence on the inside than on the outside. There are many ways to lead, and not all of them involve ruling. The throne and the office are only what you bring to them.
Even a short-term advantage could pay off. Left side!
Dear, earlier you spoke to me as though I seek to lead. As if I were someone to be followed.
Your self-criticism, valid and otherwise, seem well reflected here in Valhalla. It's no accident that your mind manifested that throne. It's more than a symbol. It's a challenge to revisit your assumptions. Mimir is right. You have the power, and I think the wisdom, to redefine what it means to you. To assert that power is to prove to yourself that the chair doesn't change you, doesn't make you a new person. Not if you know who you are, and why you serve.
I see you were thinking of taking on a burden. Leader, left flank! Watch your left! Brilliant kill. Valhalla will be impressed. Excellent. The way should be clear. Up and onward. A little boost this time around, maybe? We're about to get zapped! Edinga grip! Oh, this is going to sting! Oh, plucking a son of Thor out your memory, of all things.
Guess you're not done with me yet, Kratos. And lest we forget, Kratos, lest we neglect to place your deed in full and proper context, I saved your life. Me! And you literally tore off my head for my troubles. Imagine if all your new friends knew how you used to treat your old friends. Of course, you're not the same man, right? Now, you only get your friends killed through lack of foresight. Far easier to blame others that way, am I right?
I know you are a projection of the mind. But for what it is worth, the death I gave you was unjust.
Oh, how touching. Yeah, not actually worth the spittle it took to mumble that out. Do not do that again. Nobody wants to hear that from you. A little something to remember by. I truly hope it brings you unrelenting torment. Chills you just a little when they do that, doesn't it? Feels like judgment. Wraiths! Oh, you missed these slippery bastards, haven't you? Ruthless as ever, Kratos. A Minotaur. Now we'll see you half a man. It's charging at us. Now that's the Kratos that brought down Atlas! I'm the one you need to slay! Shield! Strike it! No! Ah, you bagged your prized game. How interesting. A dragon bird. I hope it pecks you to death. Right flank. Incoming dive! Yes, pick something and let's go. Enemies on your left! Incoming! Back here! That should be enough slaughter to earn your... Don't you wish you could have broken the mast and skewered all their heads with it? Floats! It's in the ground! better hurry. Enemies will only get tougher the longer you take here. Please, take your sweet, sweet time. You'd better hurry. Enemies will only get tougher the longer you take here. Strike with your shield, damn it! Watch from underneath! This one. Troglodyte? Things just got harder. Did you forget that haste is a factor here? Now that's the Kratos that brought down Atlas. Did you know that winged creature with the trident? There's the target Valhalla's mark. more difficult. Watching you think? What a thrill. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Only getting harder as you delay, Kratos. And they're all dead. Kratos was here. Oh, don't hurry up and make a decision on my account.
Brother, I'm back.
Ah, the end of another gauntlet. I have another cherished weapon from my travels to show you. Ready to see?
Defend yourself!
What you like? Just a subtle shift in weight. Arms up! What's your name? Tell me, Kratos, truly, how did it feel to plunge your homeland into darkness?
I did not intend the land to suffer, but I was indifferent, consumed only by rage and retribution.
That is not what I asked. How did it feel, in that moment, your soul given over to darkness?
Darkness come! Your curse!
Brother, get to the light!
Be ready!
Darkness come! Your curse!
There, brother, some light!
Defend yourself!
I yield.
Good then.
I don't think you were indifferent, Kratos. I think you were hurt. Deeply hurt. And you handled it unskillfully.
Wait, is that you restoring the sun? You took Helios's chariot and put the sun back in the sky, but sacrificed yourself in the process.
Yes. I fell to my death, and was saved by Helios. But this memory happened before I killed him. My evils were yet to come. What is the point?
That your legacy has always been a complicated one. That goodness is not a destination we arrive at, but a practice. Misfortune may drive anyone to darkness. We resist it only through wisdom and vigilance. You are not so unskillful now as you were then. Better voices in your head, you might call it. I think that's enough for now. You have much to contemplate.
Yes.
Back to the beach then.
You should be proud of your progress, Kratos. See you soon.
It seems like you're making progress, whatever you're doing in there.
Perhaps.
Listen, I know I made you feel like we expected more of you than you could give. And I just want you to know, I'm not asking you to change how you are or who you are. We had to break the old world to build a new one. Picking up the pieces and putting them together stronger. It's a rare opportunity. You made a difference here. In some circles, a symbol of change. On many days, just knowing that you're a part of the Council is enough.
And other days?
You've earned a voice. How you use it is up to you.
Sigrun, inside we encountered a son of Thor.
It wouldn't really be him in there, I can assure you. You have a memory of a past fight, and I'm sure Valhalla takes advantage.
But why him?
I don't think that's for me to say.
Well, something for us to ponder in between melees.
Valhalla is pleased.
And the wheel of progress turns.
Shield Maiden.
You've earned this. Your ability to adapt is becoming your greatest weapon. I'll tell you the next part of my story now, if you'll listen.
You may speak.
Last thing I told you was that I'd become an apprentice to a mage healer of renown. I learned much from her, not just about the healing arts, but about how to live a complete life, a whole life, true to yourself. She was like a mother to me, which made it all the more painful when she too fell ill. It was the same illness that had taken my father. But this time would be different. It was my chance to apply everything she taught me to try and save her. Anyway, I think that's a good place to pause my story.
You've made progress.
Gunnar.
Excellent. Never doubted you'd get there. Shall I continue my story?
Continue.
Sigrun, mightiest of the Valkyries, saw me in action and thought I had potential. Wanted to train me in the ways of the sisterhood, but I wasn't so sure. A knack for violence is one thing, but serving a higher cause, taking on the responsibility of choosing the slain, me, Gunnar of Blackheart Alley? For once, I hesitated. I couldn't make myself believe it. But Sigrun told me to put everything out of my mind but the work. Mastering each new skill, Discovering what I was truly capable of through discipline and focus, letting excellence be its own reward, really opened my eyes. But we'll wrap it up next time, okay?
Bargain away, brother. Valhalla expects it.